Recording now.
Okay, well done. Okay, so fine, we can start. Briella, please recite Namokar mantra, and today let's try without seeing, and then we will help you in case if you can't do it.
Okay.
Namo Ariyataya, Namo Si,
Hello.
Namo Namo
Namo Lord. Eko Pancha Namo Yaro. Mangan. Paramam. Wait. Just say louder.
Your voice is not very clear.
Here, let's try it again. Okay, get closer. Say it properly now. Ready? Loudly. Okay, ready? No. Hey. Okay, we can do it. Ready? And go. Namo. Antang.
Namo Aridara, Namo Ayayamana,
Namo Uvajayanam. Namo Lord Sawasam.
Isu Panchanamo Yaro, Savapa Vanasaya, Mangal Savisi, Paramam Hoi Mangalam, Paramam Hoi Mangalam.
Good, well done. Now, for the next class, you have to memorize the other part. Chattari Mangalam. Okay?
Yeah, that's
Good.
it. Class homework, okay?
Yeah.
No,
Fine.
Yes.
no power for me.
Okay.
Let's go to page. Okay, let's look at this picture so that we don't have to open it again. You can make it slightly bigger if possible. Okay. Now, do you see that there is?
It's hard to make it bigger. It won't. Oh, let's try
Yeah,
it.
no problem. Yeah, fine, no problem. Okay. Do you see that there's Mahavir Bhagwan in the center, or it can be Adinath Bhagwan, it can be Shantinath Bhagwan, it can be any one of the 24 Tirthankars. So are there 4 Tirthankars sitting over there, or is there one?
One.
Yeah.
One.
One. So why have they shown 4? Like, I mean, why is it like a square where they've shown 4?
They see every. No, because
Good.
it always looks like that he is staring right at you.
Well done. So basically what they're trying to show is that no matter what angle you're sitting in, you can see him clearly. Now look over there. Look, there are like sections over there. In like one sections you can see animals, and then on my right side you can see men sitting on one side, and then behind you can see females, and then we can't see the compartment for monks, but there's a compartment also for monks. So every status has their own compartment. So animals will all sit together. Now we had explained last time, for example, like we took the example of Tom and Jerry. For example, if a cat and a mouse, even if they're fighting outside the Samavasaran, inside the Samavasaran, nobody will fight. So can you see that the various animals, there are some like tame animals, there are some wild animals, all of them are sitting together.
Yeah.
Nobody is fighting with one another. Nobody wants to kill one another. Like, for example, like a lion doesn't want to kill an antelope. So everyone is sitting there in peace. Now, there's one section for household people like us. We are called household men and women. So there are sections for the household people and kings and the queens. Can you see over like it's quite faint, but on my left hand side you can see a king and a queen. It's like near the entrance. It's like a gate, and you can see a king and a queen
Down there.
there. Yeah, there. Yeah. And if you see like at the back where maybe it's not like clear in the picture, there's a compartment for nuns, and then there's another compartment for monks. So for sadhu and acharya, and the other one is for arjika. Female monk is called what, Briella?
Female monks are called what? what's okay? So Pachu, can you say it again? The word
Yeah, it's called Arjika.
Arjika. Arjika.
Okay. Okay. So I think we're done. And what is not, what we can't see in this picture, maybe pick another picture where you can see that the Bhagwan is sitting on top of the lotus. He's um look at this picture, which is called Ganesh art. Just open that.
Uh, oh,
So see over here, they're showing that he's touching the lotus, but that's not true actually. So this is what I wanted to show you, that he's sitting on top of the lotus. He's not sitting on the lotus. Maybe we'll find a better picture afterwards where we can actually see that, he is sitting on top of the lotus. Yeah, there is no picture like that.
yeah, it's hard. It's
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Okay.
And okay. And like, okay, open this one. Yeah, this is a nice one, that the like the three layers one. See over here, you can see that he's sitting on top of the lotus. It's a bit of a faint picture.
Yeah, but you can see the lotus.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see that he's sitting on top of the lotus,
Yeah, and then you can.
right? And can you see that there are layers? Look, you can see that the men and the women are sitting on top, and below their animals.
See all the different layers.
So everybody has their compartment.
And kings and queens?
Kings and queens as well. Yes.
And they're quick, yeah, kings and queens as well. Okay. So, Briella, who gets this privilege? Who gets this benefit to like sit on top of the lotus?
Who can sit on top of the lotus? Say it.
What?
God, faith.
Yeah, the 24 Tirthankars only. Not any god, but 24 Tirthankars get to sit. Because we did the story of Adinath. Okay, so now let's go to page 22 so we can continue with the questions.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put it on the screen.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay, so page 22. Okay. So we will start with Vishal. Who is adored in Bhaktamar Stotra?
Bhagwan Adinath.
Okay. Give a brief life sketch of Adinath Bhagwan. Fiona?
Do you
Yeah.
have to say it?
Huh?
Do you have to like say it?
Yes, of course you have to say it. Come on.
Adinath does not have a body.
No, the brief life sketch, like what happened, like the story of Adinath.
Someone, some person saw this girl died in where they dance,
At the dance, okay.
and then he
Okay.
you understand the life just
Okay.
Okay.
How about
Vishal can say it.
yeah, sure. So Bhagwan Adinath was actually born in the Kulkar caste, I guess. Was it caste?
No. He was born in the Kshatriya caste.
Kshatriya caste. What is a Kulkar? You said something.
So his father was the 14th Kulkar.
14th.
So that's like a status.
Okay, like a title.
Yeah, it's like a rank.
Oh, rank. Okay. 14.
Yeah. So basically there are 14 Kulkars. And his father, Nabi Rai, was the last, meaning the 14th Kulkar.
Right.
Now, another important point to remember is that he was born, like Adinath Bhagwan was born in the third era. He was not born in the fourth era.
He was born in the third era. Okay.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So Adinath Bhagwan was born in the third era.
Yes. Okay.
So from Fiona, something important or like maybe interesting that you might like, that in the third era, there always twins were born, a boy and a girl. It's never a girl and a girl or a boy and a boy, but they're always twins, like boy and girl. Now, what happens when the boy and girl, when they're born in the third era, their parents die immediately. And then they grow up by sucking their thumb. And then when they grow up, they marry each other. So this is what happens in the third era. So like the twins who are born, so it's always a boy and a girl. It's never a girl and a girl or a boy and a boy. And when they're both born, their parents die, and then they grow up by sucking their thumb, because in the first, second, third era they don't eat like us all the time. They only eat like maybe like an almond. I mean, you know how small an almond is.
Yeah.
So maybe that's all they eat, like every 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's all they eat. So they don't eat like us all the time. They don't need mother's milk. They don't because obviously the mother is not there. So this is how they are born. So like this is how it is like in the third era.
So Adinath Bhagwan was also born the same way, where basically the
Yeah. Let me not say yes or no because I'm not sure. But in the third era, this is how it is.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you see, because he was a Tirthankar, it might be different. You see, okay, and then another important point to understand, like this is for Vishal, uh, that that all Tirthankars, because you see, this was Hunda Ausarpini. Do you understand what is Hunda Ausarpini?
No.
Meaning to say that like Hunda Ausarpini is like a bad, like it's like a very horrible time cycle which comes after 144 time cycles. So at the moment we are in Hunda Ausarpini. So like meaning to say that this time cycle is not very good. Like for the fourth era, fifth and the sixth, is Hunda Ausarpini. I mean, obviously it is there for the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, but the effects you might see more in the fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Okay. I'm just taking some notes.
So you see that might be a reason why a Tirthankar was born in the third era, because normally they all are born in the fourth era. But you see, you will see all these different things as we study more. You will know more. Okay, next question. Who would like to take this? What do you know regarding Akshaya Triti festival?
And you know this Akshaya Tritiya festival.
No, it's celebrated because King Rayans gave Adinath Bhagwan sugarcane juice for the first time.
Yeah, Adinath Muni Raj, because at that time he was not yet a Bhagwan. He was in the Muni state. Okay. How did King Rishabdev become Lord Adinath? You see, after I mean, first he was a king, then he was a Muni Raj, and then he became Lord Adinath. So and anybody can answer this. How did King Rishabdev become Lord Adinath?
So I think it's the we saw the Devi who was dancing in the in the yes, and then what happened?
Yeah, no, don't do that with your hair. Try to listen. Yeah.
And then what happened?
Died, and then it was replaced, but he still saw it.
She was transitioned into another
But
Devi or another Devi, but King Rishabdev was able to see that and he realized the transitionary nature of life, right? So he decided that he was not gonna get happiness from the material things, And so he decided to become a monk at that point of time. You're on mute, Kamal.
I think Briella gave the correct answer. What were you saying about the dancing lady?
He died, and then he saw that he died, and then he knew that that it was.
And then what?
It was
Just give me 1 second. I'll be back. Yeah, sorry, you were saying?
So go ahead, say it again. What were you saying about the lady?
died, and he saw, and then he knew that life is meaningless.
That life is what?
Meaningless.
Okay. And then what happened? So he decided to take Diksha?
Yeah.
Okay. But why is he called Adinath?
Because he was the first.
First.
Good.
Bhagwan.
Okay.
Shankar.
What made him leave the glories and pleasures of his life?
This, that, all the jewelry.
But what made him leave that?
What?
What made him leave that?
Because he saw the lady die.
But what does that mean? Like what?
I know.
Okay. Let her say it. Okay, say it, Brela.
Because when you die, it all goes away.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And something about happiness?
And happiness is only in your soul.
Happiness is only in your.
Good. Okay. Can we follow the path of liberation as shown by him? If yes, how?
Yes, and how?
Look it.
What?
How?
How was?
No. How do you follow the path of liberation?
By understanding your soul and following the religion.
No. Remember the three things?
And trying not to have attachment, aversion, and delusion.
Attachment, aversion, and delusion. Delusion.
And
Delusion.
Good. Okay, good. Okay, so now let's move on to page 23. So now you've finished the book. You can give yourself a clap. Okay. Okay, so what is the heading of the book? I mean, sorry, this lesson number 8, My Home. My name is Pure Soul. Knowing alone is my job. Salvation is my home. Salvation means moksha is my home, where I enjoy perfect bliss. They've not just written bliss, but they've written perfect bliss. No hunger in my abode. Abode means in my place. No thirst in my abode. No cough or cold or no corona in my abode. No pain or agony in my abode. So now Fiona can read the first two.
Both at the top.
Yeah.
My name is Pure Soul. Knowing alone is my job. Salvation is my home, where I enjoy perfect bliss. No hunger in my abode. No thirst in my abode. No cough or cold in my abode. No pain or agony in my abode.
Good. True, happy, and lovely is my home. My name is Pure Soul. Knowing alone is my job. We shall discriminate the self from others. Who are the others, Briella? And who is self?
Who is self and who is others? Self is? Huh? Yourself? Yourself is what? Soul?
And Fiona, who are the others, meaning the other 5 substances?
Other 5 substances.
Jeev,
No, Jeev is us.
Udgal, Dharmastikay, Adharmastikay, Akash, Kal.
Okay. We shall meditate upon our soul. We shall renounce worldly belongings and aversion. What are worldly belongings?
Jewelry, accessories, items.
Good. But we had learned something in like one of the lessons above where we had learned about Nisihi, Nisihi, Nisihi. What does Nisihi mean?
Think about it. Down, Fiona.
Well, I know it takes away all the thoughts. That's what I know.
Speak a bit loudly.
I know that it takes away all the thoughts of the world.
Yes. Okay. So when we say we should renounce worldly belongings, does it mean that we're letting go of house, power, money, fame? Or does it mean that in our thoughts that we are letting go of it?
In our thoughts.
Yes.
So explain to me, what does that mean? Give an example.
Rita, you want to give an example of what thoughts to give up?
Yeah. To stop thinking of what will happen. Will my kids open the new colors?
So any kind of thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Well, give me an example. Fiona can give me a good example of any thoughts that you should leave.
You should leave thoughts about your home, about your money, about your children, about all.
Yes. So like for example, when you see somebody die, can they carry their house, family, friends, their thoughts about their work? Say for example, somebody didn't expect to die tomorrow and they were thinking at their workplace they have to submit an article tomorrow. So can they carry their thoughts as well, or do they even have to leave their thoughts behind?
Your thoughts just leave.
Yes. So you also have to leave your thoughts behind. So when they say renounce worldly belongings, obviously we cannot take anything with us, but mainly it is trying to stress on that the thoughts we have, that this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. So it is that thought that this is mine, my sister, my house, my car, my workplace, my friends, my school. Okay, we shall enjoy spiritual bliss. So why have they used the word spiritual here, and why didn't they just write we shall enjoy bliss? Maybe Vishal can try.
Because true happiness is only in the soul. In this.
Yeah, because it is a spirit, meaning the soul.
Soul, jeep, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My home is full of all happiness. Where is your home, Briella?
Where is your home? What is it? What is this place called? In the town? What country is this?
Switzerland.
Okay.
Okay. So Briella, is your home full of all happinesses?
No.
So where is your real home?
Where's your real home? Say it. Say it loudly. Say it loudly.
In my soul.
In my soul.
In your soul. Okay. My name is Pure Soul. Okay. Now the third line Fiona can explain because she has grasped this line quite well. Knowing alone is my job.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Without any other items to help you know, you will still know.
Well, because you are
you're
a knower.
A knower, and you are and I'm a I.
And your soul is full of
Knowledge.
and happiness.
Knowledge and happiness.
Okay, good. So you have finished this book. You don't have any homework today because there are no questions in this chapter. So that's a treat for you. So your homework, which I hope that you're doing, that in the morning and evening, you can think about your soul and you can read page 23. Maybe you can print it and put it in your room so that you can read this every day.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, good. Fine. Let's move on to the other book.
Atma Siddhi. Wait.
I know.
Okay, and I will share my screen. Share. Okay.
Okay. Both of you look really tired, so we will not do too many questions. We will try and make it simple today. And what we can do, maybe Vishal can tell us a story today of Mahavir Bhagwan as a lion. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Page, sorry, not page, but question 18. Yeah. Define matter substance. That which possesses touch, taste, smell, and color as its basic specific attributes is called substance Pudgal. Are there any questions here?
No questions?
No. I think even question 17 you have understood because we just did it. Define soul substance, that which possesses the power of knowing. Look, those are the main words. The power of knowing and to understand. And to understand and to make sense of it. As its basic specific attributes is called soul substance. Briella, is that clear? Because I'm sure it's clear with Fiona, but Briella, is it clear with you?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. How many types of matter substances are there? Matter substances are of two kinds, Parmanu and Skand. What example did we use for Parmanu, Fiona? I'd given you an example of a film.
There was a movie, remember she was talking about? Atom.
Atom.
No, but there was a movie she was talking about last time. You don't remember? You don't remember? Okay, then say it. Say you don't
Yeah, okay, fine. Fine, like no problem if you don't remember. Okay, but now you have to remember when I ask you next time. So there was a film which had come out, which was called Parmanu, meaning to say that, this was about an army and where they wanted to show the strength of the smallest matter particle, which is called, like the smallest matter particle is called Parmanu. And one Parmanu can blow up a whole city, or maybe even more than one city. So this is to show that one matter particle is extremely, extremely strong. Then I've given you another example that that this physical body of yours has got enough strength to give electricity for the whole city for 1 week.
Did you know that? So listen. Your body. Think about it for a second. Your body has enough to give energy for a
week for the entire town.
Yeah. Okay. And then for Skand, what example did I give you, Vishal?
It's kind of like the bond, but you talked about the relationship between the band, the Dravya Karma and the Jeev, the bond between the two, where you say, like you do a good thing and then you're going to get rewarded with a job.
No. That your understanding is correct, but I think that is for question 21. The example I gave you was of speech. So when we speak, it like doesn't come out in atoms, meaning it does not come out in Parmanu. It is called Bhasha Vargana. So Bhasha means speech. Speech is like how we say in Gujarati that it comes out in jatho, which means that it comes out in bundles.
Bundles, okay.
Like comes out like bundles means Skand. Basically, more than two. More than two Parmanu is called Skand.
It's like
so two or more is called Skand.
So yeah. So for,
Yeah.
for us, the example we often use is about the speech, but like in science, it's the same way, right? When you talk about atoms and molecules, like the bond between atoms is molecule is the same concept. Yes.
It's the same concept, but for your understanding, Vishal, that atom is actually not the smallest matter particle, but I mean, because we don't have the exact translation, because in science they say atom, but the reality is that even atom can be like divided into smaller particles.
Right. Yeah.
And, and like in Jainism, they have gone further and say that even like the smallest particle of the atom is called Parmanu.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Okay, so now let's go to 20. Fiona, read this.
Read the 20 right here.
Define atom. The smallest indivisible particle or unit of matter substance which cannot be further divided is called an atom.
So what are the key words?
Indivisible and Parmanu.
Good. Okay, so which cannot be further divided or indivisible. Okay, good. Define molecule. Uh, Fiona, read.
The,
Briella, look here.
Gabriela, look.
the union or bondage of two or more than two atoms is called a molecule.
Yeah. So does that make sense, Briella?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Question 22. Vishal can read.
Define bondage, bandha, that particular relationship between two or more than two substances, which conveys the knowledge of oneness in many separate things, is called bondage or bandh.
Yeah, read it one more time, slowly.
That particular relationship between two or more than two substances, which conveys the knowledge of oneness in many separate things, is called bondage or bandh.
Okay. So now I'd asked you to do homework over here. Fiona, can you think of something, of an example?
Remember the example we talked about between the Dravya Karma and Jeev? You guys have some
Yeah.
examples, yeah.
Yeah. The first one is
Look at the camera.
I make a little paper bunny for one of my friends, and in return she gave me a chocolate.
Sorry, say it again. I didn't understand.
I folded a paper bunny for my friend, and in return she gave me a chocolate.
So explain how is it fitting in this example?
Cause it's like I made her the bunny, she liked it, and so I get it as a reward for making the bunny. That's what you think.
Okay. It's a good example, but it's not making complete sense. Maybe Vishal can try.
So I mean, I think we were thinking about in terms of the relationship that we think exists between the two objects, right? So that's why we were thinking of the reward and I clean the house, so the kids clean the house, and then they get the reward of the benefit of doing that, right? So that's how we understood it that way. So maybe our understanding is wrong. You might have to explain us a little bit better then.
Okay, fine, no problem at all. Okay,
All
fine. So,
case sort of for kind of this kind of tit on almost I want to call it tit for tat, not necessarily, but like you do something and you get a reward, or you don't do something and you get a punishment. I mean, those are the kind of relationships they were thinking of.
good. Okay, so yeah, so yes, okay. Now that you explained it, it like made sense what she was trying to say. Fine. So you were saying that you made like paper craft,
Craft.
and in like return you got a chocolate.
Right.
Okay. So there was you and there was the friend. So so there are two girls, and then there's an exchange of items. One is a chocolate, one is the paper craft, and so there's a bondage between the two of you. Okay, so fine, that's correct. In like how you were trying to say it is correct, but here what we want to say is that when we take the soul as an example, so so it is saying the particular relationship between two or more than two or more than two substances. So, for example, if we take Pudgal, Pudgal is the matter particles. So that's one substance. The second substance is the Jeev, meaning me or the soul. So when we have all heard about the karma theory, and for example, if I do something good, I will get good karma. If I do something bad, I will get bad karma.
You heard that, right, Vienna?
So that's one example that we had talked about last week. Now let me give you another example. So again, it is trying to show like a relationship. So let's take, for example, Jeev, and actually, I think the best that fits over here is just a Pudgal and Jeev. We should not really take any other substance because that's the best that fits over here. Because even in the next question, look, let's go down. How many types of molecules skand are there? The molecules are of 23 types. Ahar, body making, Ahar Vargana, Tejas Vargana, Bhasha Vargana that we talked about, Mano Vargana, Karman Vargana that we just talked about, karmic matter, etc. So Tejas, that will be very easy for you to understand. Have you seen a person who's alive and have you seen a person who's dead? Have they got that glow in them when they die?
I don't think they've seen that person.
No problem. Okay, fine. So like Vishal, you might have seen it, and we noticed that the glow somehow goes away
Yeah.
when the person is gone. So that is scientific. It's not that because now they're dead. That is actually scientific. That the Tejas Vargana, meaning to say that around this physical body, we have a Tejas Vargana, meaning to say we have a light body. We have matter particles which are bright, which makes us look bright, which makes us look alive.
Yeah.
And like when we die, that those matter particles actually disperse out.
It's almost
And
like you can see the light in somebody's eyes, you know, when you're alive, you can see that.
Yeah.
Like aura. I don't want to call it aura, but
Yeah, correct. I mean, that is actually the correct word. Aura is the correct word. So aura is maybe like a hippie word, but it is actually the correct word. That the aura around us is due to Tejas Vargana.
Tejas Vargana. You heard that?
So, Fiona, you like might see at some point where maybe you can think about it later on. You don't have to think about it now. Whenever you happen to see on TV, like maybe where they're showing like a scene of the funeral, so you will notice that the body somehow becomes dull. And when the body was alive and standing, for some reason it was bright. So that is a scientific reason. It's not because now something has happened, but it is due to Tejas Vargana. Now, Bhasha Vargana is what we've already talked about. So, Bhasha Vargana is speech. Bhasha means speech. Vargana is the skand, or like it's not skand, but it's like a bundle. And then Mano Vargana. So where is the mind, Fiona?
Where is the
And
mind?
even like maybe Briella knows this.
Where's the mind?
No, we have talked about this. Where is the mind?
Wait.
In your soul. In your soul.
In your soul. Okay, it's not in your soul, because if it was in your soul, it would be part of the soul. Meaning, like here they're trying to say skand, and go to question number 19. Okay, so read the question again.
Vienna, read it. Question number 19.
How many types of matter substances are there?
Okay, so it says matter substance. It's not saying soul substance.
So what is matter? Pudgal, remember?
Okay, so now let's go back down. Okay, so now it's a very simple question. Is speech part of the soul?
No,
Good. Why?
because then a dead person would be able to talk.
Sorry.
Then a dead person would be able to talk.
Okay. I mean, that's correct, but still, you're not giving me the complete correct answer. It is actually very simple. Go back to question number 19 and read the question, and you'll get the answer.
Matter particles.
Good. Yes, because it is matter particles. And soul and matter particles are separate. Both of them cannot be joined. So that's the reason why speech, you see, everything is scientific. We are not making up things, meaning to say, Acharya Bhagwan has not made up things. He's giving you scientific reasoning because speech is matter particles and the soul is jeev. Both are two separate substances. They cannot be one. Fiona, is that making sense?
Yeah.
They're separate.
Okay. So now where is the mind? Maybe Vishal remembers.
Actually,
Okay, so yeah, so you go on.
I'm confused. Like I should. I mean, when I think of the mind, I think of the brain. Right? Brain is a matter, right? So
Now fine, okay, fine, no problem. So it is in between the chest. It is in the center of the chest. There is like a flower of 8 petals. That is where the physical, meaning to say the like the matter mind is. Like how we said the matter brain is here, like at the back over here, but the physical mind, as explained by Acharya Bhagwan, is in the center of the chest.
hmm.
So that's where it is. And Fiona, I mean, or like Brianna, any one of you can answer. Is mind part of the soul?
This is the mind part of the soul. Fiona, what do you say?
Why isn't it part of the soul?
Mind is not part of the soul because it's matter particles. It's not part of the soul.
Yes, because it is matter particles.
Particle.
So,
Physical.
so the mind, meaning to say the physical mind, is where again, Fiona? Where is it located?
In the middle of the chest.
And like in what shape is it?
It's what is it called? The 8 petals.
Good, very good. Okay, so well done. So now let's move on to the next. Karmic matter. Karmic matter is, look at my actions. It is everywhere. It is everywhere in the universe. And we have a karmic matter body over here as well. That does not mean that it is sticking like this. It just means it is overlapping like this. But look, both of my hands are separate. I can separate my hands. But look, when I'm placing my hands like this, both hands are looking like they're one, but they're separate. One is the soul, and one is the karmic matter, like the body. Okay, fine. Let's go to question 24 because we missed out on our higher bodies because now it is explaining. Let's explain that and then we can stop. Okay, we will just read this and then in the next class we can make it. I mean, like we can understand it. Okay, so there are 3 types of bodies. Those matter molecules which transform themselves into 3 types of bodies: Odaric, Vikriyak, and Amarak. Okay, so let's just read them today and then we will go into detail because we will have to explain a lot in this. So we will go into detail. So now maybe like Vishal can start his story. It'll be a nice way to end the class. And I think like both of you are tired today as well.
Yeah, so I mean, I think I am because they don't understand Hindi, so I'll say it in English for them for the story.
Yeah, no. Please say it in English. Like no need to say it in Hindi today.
Yeah, so this is the story of how a lion became.
You can make yourself in the spotlight.
Okay, let me stop sharing. And okay, let me see if I can do this. I'm not able to. Anyways, we'll do it like this. I'm not.
It's fine. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah. So this is the story of how the lion became Bhagwan. So once upon a time,
Briella, listen.
Rita, are you listening? So this is a story of how the lion became Bhagwan. So Bhagwan Mahavir, 10 births ago was born as a lion who was the king of the jungle. And then one day he was sitting around and he saw a deer and he said, okay, I want to eat this fat deer to fill my belly. And he started chasing after the deer. And even though the deer was kind of sad and crying and almost pleading in its way, the lion still killed the deer, ripped open, and started eating to fill his own belly. And of course, what happens? The deer died. At the same time, when this was happening, there were two Munivar who were traveling on Vihar, and they were Amrit Kirti and Amrit Prabha Muniraj, who were coming from this Akash, and they saw this incident happen, and they saw
Sorry,
how. Yeah.
it is Amit, not Amrit.
Oh, Amit Kirti. Okay. Huh. Amit Kirti, Amit Prabha. Okay. So they saw this incident happen, and how cruelly the lion had killed the deer. But they realized, they saw what the lion's future was, that it was actually a very, um, was in the future, it was going to be, the lion was going to become Bhagwan Mahavir. And so they saw that, and they talked to the lion, and the lion actually saw the Munivar and was completely realized what it was had done all this while was wrong. And when he saw that the peaceful nature of the monks, he realized that what he had been doing was completely wrong, and decided to essentially stop eating and killing, because he realized he does not want to create hinsa or violence anymore. And so at that point of time, he got the right direction, the right Samyak Charitra and Samyak Darshan. He got that.
No, not Samyak Charitra. Don't say that. It's
Okay.
only Samyak Darshan.
So in one of the thing I heard Samyak said, okay, I'll have to look, because they specifically said, so I'll have to.
Because like Samyak Charitra, only a monk can do it.
Okay. So I'll have to check,
Yeah.
because in one of the things I read, it said that. So maybe I misread it.
Okay.
So anyway, so the lion decided to stop eating any kind of wild animals, and eventually, as it was dying, there were vultures and other birds eating the lion's body, and while the lion was alive, and it didn't even want to move, and because if he moved, then the birds would fly away, and so he didn't want that. He wanted them to continue eating. And in the next, after many cycles of birth, because in the next birth he was born as a Dev, and then as a king. After many circles of life and death like this, he then was born as in the.
As Mahavir.
Yeah.
Okay, so not many cycles. Maybe after a few cycles is the correct word.
Okay, because I think they showed many cycles in there, like they showed.
Yeah, but it is actually only it is only 10. It is only 10 lives, and then he becomes Mahavir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so well done. You have got the story correct. See, it can't be Samyak Charitra because Charitra happens in the seventh Gunastan.
Okay.
And here in the lion's case, it is only fourth Gunastan.
Atmagyan. Okay.
Yeah, it's Atma Gyan meaning Atma Anubhuti or Samyak Darshan.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Okay, good. Fine. Okay, so your homework is that you just have to read lesson number 8 every day. Are you going to do it, Briella?
Lesson number 8. I'm gonna print it for you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And your other homework, Briella, is that you have to memorize Chattari Mangala
Can you do it?
Yeah.
because you have to recite it on the final day. And for Fiona, your homework is just lesson number 8.
Lesson number 8.
Okay. Okay, good. So then you can send me the recording later whenever you're free.
Okay, will do.
Okay, thank you. And then message me the next time.
Yes, I will. Yes.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Jai Jinandra.
JJ.